Hey Stampers, Gaynor again, and I'm coming back with one of those slide and lock cards. It's actually something I've done on an album before now. You know, where different ways to keeping pages closed, and it's the same thing here. And it seems like I'm following everybody else, but actually I filmed these 3 weeks before you see them. And yeah, so you've seen this closure before on an album that I've done to keep pages open, so why not turn it into a card as well? So I put strips down there in either side just to break up the white a little bit, and you can close these so easily by just tucking them back in. And also it keeps the gatefold closed and gives you that slide. You could have it at the top, you know, in the middle, you could have it at the bottom. It's entirely up to you where you have it. Like I'm saying, we've done these on albums for a long time. So I'm going to show you how I made this one. And I love the little classic label punch, just for that little Christmas ho ho ho. Even though I used, these are the floral squares. I've picked another one for this card, in a slightly different designer series paper. So I've chosen this one this time, but how cute. And the only thing I've had to stamp is literally the ho ho ho, which comes from Perfect Plaid, which it retired last year, but I'm still using them. So let's get all our pieces. They're here. We've got some dimensionals as well for our ho ho ho, and these are the measurements that you will need. So if I hold them up, press pause, come back, and it's so easy. We'll make this together. So this is for my ho ho ho. Let me get my ink. I'm going to stamp that because it's the VersaFine ink, and I'm just lining that up at the bottom. There we go, beautiful. I've used the Wink Stella around this section to make it glisten. That looked nice then. I used to always use the Wink Stella, and then for some reason I didn't use it for a while, and now I'm back to using it again. I love it. I love this stuff. So that's my stamping done. You could also stamp a message on the inside. It's entirely up to you. It's your card. You can perhaps put ho ho ho, may this special season be wrapped in love and joy. That might be nice. Or you could put the Merry Christmas, hoping that your busy year comes together in Christmas cheer. That's another one as well. Look, again, we've got trees everywhere. Don't need to buy them. I've got scraps, paper. So where are we going? Right, I'm just going to run this through my die cutting machine. This is cut at 2 by 2 1/4, but you could get away with a 2 by 2. Yeah, I always film it 3 weeks in advance because I only do 2 a week now, and it depends on my illness if I can get up to the craft room. And then it always looks like I'm copying everybody else. Perfect. Because I don't want to be accused of copying. So there's our little thingy to go on our front of our card. So please bear in mind that when you do see my videos, it's not because I'm trying to copy everybody else. It just looks that way. Even though I've used this technique, like I was saying, on my album enclosures. But what a great way to add it to a card as well. Because we have to keep coming up with these fresh ideas. I wish they'd sell that sellotape because it's really, really sticky stuff. So we got that, and that's going to get layered on there. How cute. So let's get our scoring done first. Set my ho 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 off to the side, and we're going to fetch in my score tool, and we're just going to score this at 2 1/8 and then flip it round and do the same again. 2 and, oh, did I do that 2 1/4 then? No, 2 1/8. And again 2 1/8. That's how simple it is. And I'm just going to give these a little fold, making sure they line up before you burnish from the centre out. Because I'll show you if it works on this one. Perhaps this across. Because if you go start at the bottom, it can make it move. So I prefer to start in the centre. And there's your common gatefold card. Absolutely perfect. Comes together beautifully. Perfect. So let's get our glue out. Do you know what I'm going to do before I glue that down? I'm going to grab my Winter Stella and make it glittery. Because sometimes I get it and I hit the back of the card and it's only this bit that I want to shine. Anyone still after a grab box, let me know, because there's got about 8 left, I think. Because I'm packing up soon for the house move. Just give that another shake. There it is. Beautiful. And then I can glue that on. Do you know what? This little nozzle, I broke the lid on my other bottle, and I need to go over to the range to buy another red cap, because this little green one is too thin, gets too clogged too quick. Mind you, I'm using less glue, I must admit. So this one is cut at 2 3/8 by 2 3/8, and the square, like I said, is cut 2 by 2. That will dry clear, and I can pop that. I think I'm going to pop that on dimensionals as well, because I didn't do it on the other one. I just glued it straight flat. Perfect. And then these backs do not want to come off. These are out of the card kits and they're so hard to get off. Don't know that my nails have all broke. Perfect. And we've got some small pieces of card. These measure 2.5 by 2.5, and all you're going to do, I'm going to stick that on one of them. So I've got my nice little border all the way around, and you're going to just fold these in half. You can use your scoreboard if you want, but it's just a piece of cardstock, and you're going to fold 2 of them in half, and that's what's going to give you your closure. So now I'm going to glue one on there and one on there, and then that's going to get glued on the top. See it clogging up already. I end up with more glue over me. So you make sure that the centres go in the centre and this comes on the edge. Give that a little rub down, and then we're going to glue this one on this edge. Perfect. And then this one gets glued on there, and there's your sliding action in the centre to slide your card up and down. Beautiful. You can pop these out so quickly once you've got your card stock all cut out. These fly up. Beautiful. Look at the sparkle. Whoops. Let's get our lovely gems on. I put 5 on that one. So I'm going to put one in the center of that beautiful flower. And I'm going to put one in each corner. Beautiful. How cute is that? So now we can pop on our inside, and I'm just going to glue these strips down the inside of my white, basic white, which are going right along the edge. It's just a fancy gatefold card at the end of the day, with a nice way to keep the card closed. The recipient, if you want to see the inside, can keep off the locking mechanism and stand that up, open the card and stand that up by just simply bending those back a little bit and popping it on the inside, just like that. Love it, it's so cute. And then we can pop this on the inside. You know me and small borders. I do sometimes do large, but I prefer to do small borders. Just makes it a little bit more elegant, I think. Perfect. Now for our strips, and I've used the same colours from the DSP as what the cardstock is, and it's this beautiful peaceful place, and it's basic black, basic grey and smoky slate. So these are the colours of my cardstock. I mean, you could easily turn this into a birthday card, a thank you card. I've gone with this beautiful paper because I think it's just so pretty. Perfect. And I haven't even had to stamp that image on there or heat emboss it or nothing. It's already on the paper. Perfect. Absolutely beautiful. And then we can just decide where we're going to glue these on. And literally small borders again for me. Perfect. Flip that round and make sure I glue this on the right way round. Check my patterns right. You could put a piece on the back if you wanted as well. It's entirely up to you. Absolutely, absolutely gorgeous, beautiful. And then you just slide on your locking mechanism. And away to go. How cute is that? And then it just slides up and down. You can have it at the top, you can have it at the bottom, but why would you? I'm going to keep mine towards the top so that beautiful pattern can be seen. I'm going to take my ho 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 that out. Look at all that. I love the classic label punch. I'm going to pop them on dimensionals as well. Oh, and I'm just going to take that off actually, that one's ruined. I'm going to use the small ones. Let me pop my lid back on my glue before it clogs up again. I poke the two up. In fact, is that thin enough for me to use? If I trim it down, it will be. I'll come in for somebody's legs or something. Pop that on there. And then I'm just going to pop it just so it touches those little gems either side. And now it says ho ho ho. Isn't that adorable? Wouldn't mind getting one of them in the post at Christmas time. Absolutely stunning. So there we are. That is my card for the evening. Like I say, the recipient, if they want to, can do what they want with that folding. Just bend it straight again and it's there. So there we go, 2 of those beautiful slide and lock cards. The same things we've done on our albums for quite some time now, but turned into a card. And if you wanted, you could even put another piece on the back so it opened up to write your message inside there to save them having to open that, which we could do actually. Let me show you, just in case the recipient didn't want to just keep it closed. Have I got another piece of that cardstock? Much my luck, no I haven't. So I'll use the smoky slate. Is that wide enough? No. No. Definitely not. No. So what I'm going to do is just going to show you how we can turn this into a standard card. Right, this is, get me a little trimmer. So if I turn this 6 inches into 4.5, and a quarter, 4 3/4. And then I'm going to score it just 1/2 inch. All the way down. That way, if you didn't want to put your white paper on the inside, you could put it on this section. This is pale enough to write on. And then you would attach that on there, glue that on, and then you could open out as a real card and I'd have your paper in there. So let's grab some glue again. This is just one way of having it, and this is the second way of having it. Line that up right along the edge. I can show that. And then you could turn that into a stand-up card. It would be a bit top heavy, but it will stand up. Let me grab my... Let's put some of this beautiful designer series paper in if it's wide enough. Oh, it's not quite big enough, but let me use another sheet just to show you. Look, see, you can make 4 beautiful patterns with that one. Look at this. Wow, that is beautiful. So you could really go to town on these cards. So I need that to be, I'm just going to crop that off at 6 so I don't wreck the other picture. So that keeps that whole for another 3 6x6 cards. Because that is 6, so I need 5 and 7/8. I'm not going to moan about that little strip. And the card is 4 1/4, so let's do this 4 1/8. Save that for another card. So you were just extra decorating. So just in case your recipient doesn't know how to move the lock and slide. So we give you all the options. So I'm going to glue that in there. That is absolutely beautiful. Grab myself a piece of cardstock, which is for this side. Absolutely gorgeous. Let's stamp something else on this now to give it extra. So, and that way I can turn over if I've made a boo-boo. Perfect. Just going that extra mile with this one. You know, not all people who receive cards know how to open them, unless you put instructions in there. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. So it's worth going that extra little, especially for someone really special in your life. My paper's just gone over. And then we can glue that just inside there. Try not to smudge that black Gaynor because you've only just stamped it. You don't get a chance to dry. Fingers are covered in glue. So we've gone that extra little mile for someone really special, and they can stand the card up as normal and you can write your message on the inside. Absolutely beautiful. So we've got our standard slide and lock card, and we've also gone that extra mile for people who we love dearly and want to give them that extra little bit to look at. You could add a few snowflakes. Oh, I've got some somewhere. Here we go. And if you, that's just for somebody really special, isn't it? If you just want to add 3 of those beautiful little gems. To add those snowflakes at the top. Or you can add some, you can add a sequin, but there's some iridescent ones there. Absolutely cute as a button. Now don't close your card now until that glue has completely gone off. Otherwise you won't be able to. I've got 2 stuck together there. Do you know what? It's going to get lost on that background, isn't it? So it doesn't want to come off my finger. Stuck to my finger. That's it. Some little iridescent. I'm not going to use any extra. Look, see, I can scoop that little bit. Flipping it, I don't want to come off. I remember them. I'm going to put a few on, I think. If I can get them to settle off my... There we go. Oh my goodness. It just doesn't want to come off my finger. Has anyone spoken to Leanne? Right. Not seen her in chat for a while and I'm getting a bit worried. I hope she's okay. If you have spoken to her, please let me know how she is, because I do miss her. So there we go. There goes that extra mile for someone you really, really, truly and deeply love. And they can see how much effort you've put into the card. So I'm going to let them dry properly. These I've got here. Oh, there's the pink love arts and gems. If I could, oh no, it's going to be a bit too pink. Going off the colour scheme now, Gaynor, stop it. But I do have some black ones in here. Check the battery there is okay. So let's just slide that up a little bit. Little black sequins. Sticking to my finger instead of me. Instead of the card. Oh my goodness, isn't it? Just call me the magnet lady because everything sticks to me. So there we go. I am going to just... They are Peaceful Poppies sequins. And you all know I don't like the holes in the centres of sequins. They're only okay if you want to sew them on something. So a couple more gems. Stay in the center. Press that down. That's better. That's much better. And there we go. That extra mile for someone you truly deeply love. And you can write a message inside there and inside there in case they are clever enough to open up your card like that. So there we go. I hope you've enjoyed the video. I'm sorry it's taken so long, but we are done and we are dusted. And yeah, come back, see what I make on the next one. I've got a few ideas rolling around in my head, so I might do another one sheet wonder. I've done one, but doing my own designer series paper, but I might do another one using 6x6 paper and see how many cards we can make out of that. Because we do it with the 12 and get, I think the most I've got is 16 or 17 cards from one sheet. So let's see how many we can get out of a 6x6. How's that? or maybe an 8x8, you know, depends on what designer series paper I plan on using and what size. So, till next time, take care. Love to you all. God bless each other, one and all. Bye.